listening to tonight's show. You can connect with Jammin Jukebox Radio Show on Twitter at Jammin Jukebox or on Facebook at Jammin Jukebox Radio Show. Check out our website at thejamminjukebox.com. Also, follow us on Blog Talk, where you will be always up to date on every episode as we add it. Each episode is available for immediate download upon the conclusion of each broadcast, and as always, on iTunes. Thank you for joining us.
Well, hello and welcome. This is the Jammin Jukebox Radio Show, and I am your host, DJ Delta Dom. And I am so excited, number one, because tomorrow is already Wednesday. And I don't know about you, but my work week has been kind of like, oh, hurry up Friday. And so just know Friday's coming, and I'm very happy about that. So tomorrow's hump day. But I'm even more excited because tonight we have a guest that I have been really excited about getting on our show for a while now. The first time I heard her music, actually she hit me up on Twitter one day and said, hey, you know, go to YouTube, check out my music, and I did, and I was like, wow. And she's a country artist, and she's really, really does a good job. She's covered a lot of tunes, but she's working on some of her own, and so I thought, what better way than to bring her on and introduce her to all of you tonight. And I am talking about Nicki Marie. Hello, Nicki Marie.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
I'm awesome.
Great. I'm doing great, and thank you so much for being here. I follow you regularly on Twitter, and I know you have been so very busy of late, doing a little bit of everything.
Oh, absolutely.
So for you to be here, you know, to give us some of your time, we certainly appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. I want to get started tonight by just kind of starting with your humble beginnings, I guess you could say, and talk with you a little bit about how you got started in music, and when did you first realize that was what you wanted to do?
My mother has been in the music business for about 25 years, so she kind of, you know, I've been around music my whole life, so I kind of just got in there one day with her band, and I started singing, and I just realized I had a voice. I also connected with music growing up. It was just, you know, I had a rough road, but I always connected with it, and it just brought happiness to me. So I just started singing at a very young age. I entered into competitions and whatever I could do to get myself out there, that's what I did. I didn't realize till a couple of years ago that I could sing country. But I've tried everything, but country is always, like, I'm a Jersey girl with a country heart.
I love that. But I must tell you, when I first heard your music, I was like, you know, country, it's easy to forget that you're a Jersey girl because you do have a great voice for country, and you cover.
Thank you.
I mean, your songs the videos that you have on YouTube I really love, you know, because I think there's nothing better. You know, it's always nice to have videos that are full of glitz and glam, but I love seeing a video where an artist just puts themselves in front of the camera and just starts singing. And because it really does showcase how talented you are. And, I mean, anything can be tweaked, but when you're putting yourself out there like that, it really does show just how talented you are and the potential that you have. And so that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get you on the show tonight and start playing your music because, you know, I said, gosh, this girl's got talent, and you're going to go places. I feel confident in that. And, well, one of the things that I found interesting as I was reading up on you was that you had mentioned, I think somewhere I read that you know, had put your career on hold to raise your family. And
yes, I did.
First of all, I want to say kudos to you because I know I'm a mom of 3, and they're all practically grown now. Oh, wow. And I mean, mine are like 22, 17, soon to be 18, and 14. And so it's, you know, for a very long time, I could have never done this thing, you know, when they were super young. So I can identify, when you said that, I was like, I had so much appreciation for that because I know exactly what you mean. And it is, I mean, when you have a family, they have to come first. And when you have 3 kids that are going in all different directions all the time, it's, you know, that's a full-time job in itself. So
it is.
So you know.
But they do. They support me, and they love the singing, and they love to share it with their friends and get all the support from their friends and their friends' parents and everybody that they can. They love it. They want me to become famous.
Well, and I think you're well on your way, and I think it's awesome that they are so excited about what you do because, you know, when you have your family being behind you 150%, it makes what you do all the sweeter, you know.
Absolutely.
And they're your biggest fans, I'm sure. I'm sure they're very proud of you and
they are.
Your ability. So, you know, the first time that you ever set out to perform on stage, you know, you've been pretty much performing all of your life, but the first time you had like that first gig and you performed in front of an audience, what was that like for you?
It was amazing. Actually I performed in front of 410 people, and it was unreal. The feeling that I got, it was just unbelievable. I would like to sing in front of 4,000 people now.
Well,
because when you're getting that positive feedback, it's such a good feeling that you know people are enjoying you.
Well,
and you see smiles on their faces.
Yeah, and you know that you're doing what you were meant to do when you can get that kind of a response. You know, were you intimidated at all to know that you were going to sing in front of that many people initially?
No, I mean, before I went on, I was a little nervous, but when I got out there and I projected my voice and I sang with my, all my heart, I just went with it, and I saw that everybody loved it, and it just gave me such a good feeling. Yeah. And I knew at that moment that that's what I needed to do.
Well, and I am so glad you're pursuing your dreams because you have a beautiful voice, and I love how you sound. I mean,
Thank you.
Like I said, you've got that great voice for country, and I could easily see you. You know, I could easily hear your name as a household name, Nicki Marie. I mean, it's just,
thank you.
Even the name fits. So talk about who.
I mean, people are always contacting me, and they're always saying to me, they can't believe I'm from New Jersey because when they hear me sing, it just seems like I'm from the South. And
that's right.
I think it's just, country artists are real and they're true to heart, and everything that they sing and everything that they write, it's about real life. And
yes, that's
just special.
That's right. It is, and because and the thing I love about country music in particular is it's so identifiable. I mean, music in general is to a point, but country music, the artists, when they're writing, they are pouring their personal experiences into the song, and it's experiences that people can identify with because they can say, "Oh my gosh, I've been through that too," kind of thing.
Exactly.
And so I've never known any other genre of music to connect people more than country music does on so many different levels, And music, I've always said, is a universal language as it is. It's the one thing that no matter where people are from or, the different things that they like and partake in, music is the one thing that brings people together more than anything else. And
absolutely.
And country music in particular. I just think, it's so down to earth and real life. People have lived it. So they write about it, It's the best.
And I think that's why I connect with it so well, because I've been through so much in my life. So it just singing country music just puts a whole new world. I love it. I love it. I wouldn't sing anything. I sing different stuff, but country music is what I want to do. I want to be that country music star.
Well, I think you will be. I really do. Now, I want to know, who are some of your musical inspirations?
Miranda Lambert. She's my first one. I love her. I've seen her in concert. The songs that she writes, and she's just so true to heart, and I just think she's got a phenomenal voice. I love Reba McEntire. Carrie Underwood, I've seen her since she's first came out with Idol, and she's gone so far in her career, and that has inspired me. Taylor Swift, she's country pop. I think she's great. I think she's an excellent songwriter. I love Chris Young. I've seen him in concert. He's excellent. Blake Shelton. I just found a new country artist that I never heard of before. Her name is Jana Kramer. She's phenomenal. She's a very young girl, and she just has a phenomenal voice. Her name is Jana Kramer, and I really like her.
Well, when you mentioned Carrie there, I couldn't help but think about reading up about her one time when she was with Idol and kind of trying to learn more about this phenomenal singer on Idol, And I remember her reading that in her early days, before Idol, she would perform at all kinds of country fairs and any and every place that she could find to perform in front of, she was doing it. And I can't help but when I read up on you and was kind of learning more about who you are in preparation for the interview, I couldn't help but compare you a little bit to that, because you're out there doing a lot of the same stuff, and that's exactly how Carrie Underwood started. And look where she is today. I mean, who would have thought it? And I'm sure she always had those dreams, but I don't think she could have ever envisioned that she would be as big as she is, and her career has gone places today. And the other thing that I love about her is the fact that she stays so grounded in who she is. She doesn't lose who she is in spite of the fact that she is, known worldwide and loved by so many people.
I know, exactly.
At the end of the day, she's just Carrie, and she just goes home and kicks her feet up, and she's just a good old country girl, and she doesn't worry about the glitz and the glam, and she's very, very humble, and she's very honest. She's genuine. And so a lot of ways when I think about you, I think of you and her kind of being in comparison in that way because of how she began. And now you're doing all that, and I'm thinking, you could be the next big Carrie Underwood, and that is
I could.
So
that would be great.
And so talk about some of the ways, some of the things that you're doing to kind of promote your music and to get yourself out there. Because I must tell you, just even 10 years ago, I've been in the radio business for a little while now, and I can tell you 10 years ago, even just 10 years ago, the wave of social media was not what it is now. So people have such an incredible way of being able to promote themselves, whatever it is, whatever they want to promote, it's out there, and they can do it. And social media has helped do that.
Well, social media is huge.
Oh, yeah.
So right now, I'm singing. I sing with my mom as a duo. We sing mostly every Wednesday night. It's at a restaurant called PJ Rufo's. And I have a lot of fans that come out to see. They love the country music. And that's in Woodland Park, New Jersey. We sing there mostly every Wednesday. We just got a new gig that we play at the Panther Valley Pub in Hackettstown, which we just started singing there. We've done that a couple of times, and that's brought in, I've been bringing in pretty big crowds there. We do events, charities, private parties, and whatever I can to collaborate with different artists that I can do, I do. Also, I market myself through Twitter, which you can go on Nicki Marie at Neurotic Nick, New Jersey. I market myself through Facebook, which is Nicki Marie Emmerich. I also, if you Google me at Nicki Marie Emmerich, my YouTube videos will also show. I'm also on a site called Reverbination, and I have my demo on there. So whatever I could do to market myself and put my name out there, that's what I've been doing. I even put myself on a website called Expose Vocals. I put a couple videos on there. Also, there's a new thing out of New York. It's called Sing Who, and they were supposed to be just as big as YouTube, and I've put 3 to 5 songs on there also. So wherever I can go and wherever I see that there's, opportunity, I take advantage of it, and I just throw myself out there.
Well, you are doing such a great job of self-promotion, and it would be hard for someone to miss you in the grand scheme of things because of how hard. I mean, I see you tweeting all the time, and I know you're probably, not just tweeting, but just social media in general. If you're like me, you're probably spending every waking moment, doing something on social media. I know for my radio shows, I have to, it seems like it's never ending, but it's always so rewarding, and so it keeps motivating me to keep working harder and harder. And so I think it kind of just, it just kind of feeds off of itself. And then when you can interact on Twitter and other social media places and you can get feedback from people who've heard your music and get the commentary, that always makes, it makes you want to go farther and farther. And,
oh, yeah.
and so I think, like I said, I have absolutely loved your music from the moment I heard it. I was like, wow.
Thank you.
And so I want to talk a little bit to you about your songwriting. Do you have kind of a method that you go about to songwrite? Is it something where you're kind of, you're driving down the road or you're in the shower or something and the lyrics just come to you, or how does that all come about for you?
I just sit down, I just think about everything in my life and starting out from a young child till now and just putting whatever I can into lyrics and just writing from my heart. That's pretty much, I have so much in there to just write about and think about. There's just been so much in my life from the good to bad to the ugly to now. So there's so much to write about and get out there and share with the world and know that, people could have gone through the same thing in their life as I have in mine. So that's really it. It's just everything in my life down on paper and just putting that into music. That's really where it comes from. It comes from my heart.
How hard do you think it is? Which do you think is harder or more challenging sometimes, writing the lyrics or writing the music to go with the lyrics?
I would say probably the music because I write the lyrics, but I definitely need help with the music part.
And, I'm just thinking if I was a songwriter, the lyric part, because I love to write, would be the easy part. But the music part would take some serious collaboration with some, well, for one thing, I don't play any instruments, so that's, half the problem. But, when I think about it, I would really have to collaborate. And not only for that, but I think sometimes when you're jotting down lyrics, it's like writing poetry. And then you have to find a melody that is going to fit that lyric, to where it all sounds perfect when it all comes together. And now, do you have people that you collaborate with?
Yes, I'm actually collaborating now, and I'm actually going to be working with a producer who has some plans for me. So, watch out for everybody. My Facebook and my Twitter, I'll be, letting everybody know what's going to be happening. I'm hopefully going to get an album out in the next year. I'm probably going to be featured on a brand new show that's coming out in the next 6 months to a year. We're trying to get me on a show. I'm going to be featured on there. But that's pretty much it right now. I'm just, like I said, I'm going to be working with a producer, and hopefully, things will take off from there. My hopes and my goal is to get a record deal within the next year. So that's what I would like to do.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Do you envision yourself possibly moving to Nashville at some point?
Oh, my gosh. That I would love. That would be wonderful. If that can happen, absolutely.
That would be like right there in the heart and soul of where it all takes place is in Nashville.
Oh, yeah. Everybody that I meet today says to me, you got to go to Nashville. You're going to be a country singer. You're going to be a country star. You got to get to Nashville. Mm-hmm. And everybody that comes out to see me sing always says that. They're like, why are you here?
Yeah.
So.
And it's always nice when you have that vote of confidence because it just kind of reinforces within you, that you are doing what you are meant to do. Now, I've got a fun question for you. If you were ever, when, I'm not going to say if, but when you get to Nashville, who is someone that you would love to collaborate with?
Oh, my goodness. There's too many. There's too many artists. I don't think I'd have a particular one. Anybody that would love to collaborate with me and just help me get on my way. No one in particular. I would love to work with anybody, collaborating with anyone, even here in Jersey. It's just fun to be with other artists and to see what they have to offer and, give them what I have to offer. So my hopes and dreams is one day to collaborate with Miranda Lambert. That would be my biggest wish because she's just such an inspiration to me.
You never know who's going to be listening on this show. We've had people call in before, famous people, singers that have called in because they saw that a certain artist that they really didn't know, but they were just checking them out, stopped by, and they called in. And so, I'm always like, Miranda, if you're listening, Blake, if you're listening, you know, I mean, because it could happen. I mean, that's just kind of the way it's always been. But yeah, I mean, that would be more than a dream come true, actually. And she is, you know, the thing I love about Miranda is, well, I've always loved her vocal style. It's, you know, because it's unique in its own way. But ever since she came out with the video Kerosene, I just had a new respect for women taking revenge on men. You know, I mean, the whole Kerosene video. And for those of you who have never seen that video, you got to go to YouTube, Google it. It's awesome. But she is so spitfire in that video, and her vocals never miss a beat, you know.
Oh, yeah. And White Liar is one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But she just, you know, Miranda, I think, is a classic example of someone that just kind of started out doing what you're doing, and as so many of country artists, you know, that's where they began. And I think Miranda, if you asked her, would you have ever thought you'd be where you are today, she would probably say no.
Yeah.
You know, even though I saw her in an interview one time, and she said that, you know, out of high school, she wanted to pursue music, and her parents just supported her and got behind her like 150% and allowed her to, you know, kind of really pursue her dreams and just to see where it would go. And I can't remember the entire story. It seemed like it had something to do with, you know, rather than going to college, she really wanted to pursue this, and, you know, and I think she made some deal with her parents that if it didn't work out, she'd go to college kind of thing. I think it's worked out pretty doggone well.
Yeah.
On top of that, she's landed a great catch.
Definitely worked out.
and she's landed a great catch in Blake Shelton. I mean, so.
Oh, yes.
Yes, so, you know, she really got more than she ever thought she would, and she's doing a great job. But yeah, there are so many people in Nashville to collaborate with, but I really sincerely hope that one day you get there, because I would love to be able to go into a store or, you know, pop over to iTunes and pull up your album or albums, I should say, and download them, you know, straight onto my iPod. That would be cool.
That absolutely would be great.
So you've got, you know, you're now in talks with a producer, and it looks like over the next year you're going to have some pretty big plans coming down the pipe if everything falls into place, and it sounds like it's going to. And so what other things have you got going on?
Just singing, just like I said, just putting myself out there, marketing myself as much as I can, you know, putting my business cards out there, just wherever I could sing, whoever I can collaborate with, just to get myself out there. Marketing is just such a huge thing, and, you know, you never know who you're going to bump into, and you never know who's watching you, and just, like I said, I just keep marketing myself every day, whether it's through social media or even going to a restaurant bar and doing a karaoke, just whatever I can do to just get myself and get my name out there. I just feel that's very important. So that's pretty much it, just like I said, the whole marketing thing. So and this is a great marketing thing for me, and I thank you so much for inviting me on your show. This is just huge to me.
Well, you're so very welcome, and, you know, that's what we do. We love to promote indie artists and, you know, aspiring artists, up-and-coming artists. We really don't, we try to steer away from doing interviews with, you know, established artists that have kind of made it, per se, because they get interviewed to death as it is. And we really just like to showcase people like you who have a great voice, you know, your excellent talent, and that we believe people like you need to be heard. You need to be heard.
Thank you so much.
This is the platform. This is what we do to try to give people a voice, if you will, to be heard beyond, you know, what you're able to do on social media. Anything we can do to help, whether it be playing your music on our weekly Saturday night show, playing your music on we have a radio station, too, that plays 24/7. That's internet-based. You know, whatever we can do to help artists, we're happy to. You know, so, well, I am very excited about what's coming down the pipes for you. I expect great things, and I really expect down the road to have you back on, and we talk about what great things are happening in your life, in your career, and I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Yeah, me either. I'm really looking forward to it.
And I would, you know, just keep funneling your music to me as you get it so that I can
will
continue to play it because that's what we love to do is to support you as much as possible and tweet out when you've got things to share. We'll help promote it as well. So
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And before we close tonight, I'm going to play, which happens to be my personal favorite of the songs that you sent me. And this is called Mama's Broken Heart. And talk a little bit about that.
You'd like me to talk about Mama's Broken Heart?
Yes, please.
I just connected with that song. I just thought it was such a great, upbeat song. And I love Miranda Lambert, and I actually sing that song every Wednesday night, and I have a lot of people that like that song. And I just realized that Miranda actually just put out her video for that song. It's a couple years old, and she just put out that video. And I just think it's such an upbeat tune. It gets the crowd involved and makes everybody happy, and people get into that song. So I connected with that song. It makes everybody smile out in the crowd. So I just think it's a great song.
Well, I'm glad that you did this, the cover for it, and so because it's like I said, it's my personal favorite of the songs that you sent me. Although I love them all, but I just love the way you sing it and the way you present it to the world. So
thank you.
I want to play it now, but before I do, I want to thank you for being our special guest tonight. It has been a blast. And I really want to have you back on at a later date to talk about all the great things, especially as things get rolling with your, with your album and you and the producer are working and things are starting to unfold. Please, we would love to have you back so we can chat about that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're so very welcome. And we will be talking with you again very soon.
Okay, can I just give a shout-out? Is that okay if I do that?
Yes. By all
okay, I
means,
just want to give a shout-out to all my fans, my family, and my friends, and a shout-out to everybody from North Carolina that's listening tonight, and to New Jersey. So thank you so much, and thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, well, you're so very welcome, and it's been a real pleasure and an honor. So thank you, Nicki Marie, and we wish you all the best. We'll be back in touch with you very soon, for sure.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You do the same. Take care now.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. We've had a great interview with Nicki Marie, and she's out of New Jersey. And when you hear her sing, you will not believe that she's from New Jersey because she sounds like one of us here in North Carolina. I mean, I was blown away when I learned she was, from New Jersey because she sounds like one of our own here in this great state of North Carolina. So anyway, but I want to play for you now her song, Mama's Broken Heart. It's the Miranda Lambert cover.
I cut my bangs with some rusty kitchen scissors. I screamed his name till the neighbors called the cops. I numb the pain at the expense of my liver. Don't know what I did next, all I know I couldn't stop. Word got around to the Barflies and the Baptists. My mama's phone started ringing off the hook. I can hear her now saying she ain't gonna have it. Don't matter how you feel, it only matters how you look. Growing big, your makeup, girl, it's just a breakup running. Hot, so crazy, and start acting like a lady. 'Cause I raised you better, gotta keep it together even when you fall apart. This ain't my mama's broken heart. I wish I could be just a little less dramatic, like a Kennedy
from New Jersey. And remember the name because I believe she's going to have a great career. And she's just getting started. So kudos to her. She's immensely talented. And I was so happy to have her with us tonight. Again, I want to thank her for being our special guest. And also, thank you to all the listeners out there who joined us for this interview. And if you're brand new to our show, please don't be a stranger. We'd love to have you back anytime. We welcome you back. And before we wrap tonight, I want to give you a little bit of an idea of what's coming tomorrow night. We actually had a guest scheduled, but he had to cancel due to a conflict in his schedule. So we will reschedule him. But we are going to re-air an interview that we did on Sunday night with an internationally known a cappella group that has performed for President and Mrs. Obama. I'm tongue-tied. And the group name is Sweet Honey in the Rock. And they are awesome. They are a six-woman a cappella group, as I said, and they are immensely talented. And I was so impressed by the interview. We did the interview with one of the members, Aisha. And so we will be airing that tomorrow instead of our guest that we had scheduled. But I do promise we will have him back on in the very near future. And so the rest of the week we've got an interview on Thursday and one on Friday. So please, check us out on the web at thejamminjukebox.com for all the scheduled events that we have coming. And also, I wanted to mention for those of you who may not know, I have started a second show. In addition to our Jammin Jukebox show here, we now have a second show called Behind the Mic Radio. And on that show, we will be featuring interviews with celebrities and authors and musicians and just a little bit of everyone. And so we're very, very excited about this. It's kind of brand new. We just started it earlier this month. And we have some great guests coming up on that show. Tomorrow night, our guest is on The Secret Life of the American Teenager. It does not help to multitask when you're trying to talk. But needless to say, our guest is going to be Camille Winbush, and she plays the role of Lauren Tracy on the ABC Family hit television drama Secret Life of the American Teenager. And she's no stranger to acting. She's been cast in numerous television shows, and she played the role of Nessa Thompson on the hugely successful Fox television series, The Bernie Mac Show, for the duration of its run. And so we are going to have her on our Behind the Mic radio show tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be tweeting out the link for that. And if you want to follow us at that show Twitter, it's BTMic, M-I-C, Radio. And just follow us to keep up with everything that we're doing, or you can visit our website, behindthemicradio.com. All right, that is going to wrap our show for this evening. Again, special thanks to Nicki Marie for being our guest. Thanks to all the listeners out there. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, and have a great night.
Tonight's show has been brought to you by one taste of Main Street Cake Shop, baked from scratch, custom-made cakes and cupcakes, and you'll be hooked. Every cake is made to order with only the finest and freshest ingredients. This is no ordinary bakery. Cakes are never pre-made. Main Street Cake Shop is in demand, having provided cakes and cupcakes for numerous prestigious events, bridal fairs, and venues. Owned and operated by April Murray, she has garnered many awards for not only her exquisite cake designs, but also for their incredible taste. If you're looking for a cake for any occasion, or cupcakes in a variety of flavors, then Main Street Cake Shop is the place. Visit them on the web at mainstreetcakeshop.com.